Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And if you watched my reaction to the San Francisco 49ers loss, you will remember that I said that we need to have harsh conversations, that we're going to have to talk about some harsh truths, Cowboys Nation. Well, today's that day. So let's go ahead and get into my raw and uncut about the 2024 Dallas Cowboys. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Man, keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. In order to get to these harsh truths, we got to go way back to the game that started the downward spiral for the Dallas Cowboys team, as well as some in Cowboys Nation. The Green Bay Packers playoff game. I know that I said that we got to move on from this game, and we do. But we also have to recognize it for what it is and take accountability for what happened. We got beat by one of, if not the, youngest teams in the NFL. We got beat by the 7-seed Green Bay Packers in disrespectful fashion. Dak Prescott sucked that game. He sucked even more in the first half. He got a little better during the second half, but it was too late. The run game wasn't there. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn couldn't make adjustments or even acquire for noteworthy talent. We had players promoting a victory after party even before a victory occurred. We ended the 2023 NFL season a mess, Cowboys Nation. Fast forward to the 2024 NFL season. The headline reads, Dak Prescott is going to have to do more with less. Even after witnessing the team getting boat raced with what the quarterback was given, he's still going to have to do more with less. The guy that had the defense, one of the most opportunistic defenses in the league, left to be the head coach of the Washington Commanders, probably with more say with the team's acquisitions and everything on both sides of the ball. Premier choices at that. If you really look at it, the 2023 Dallas Cowboys defense was two linebackers and a big body run-stopping defensive tackle away from being an elite defense. Wanted Bobby Wagner 2 years in a row, and Dan Quinn was told no by Jerry and Stephen Jones. But I digress, Cowboys Nation. Jerry didn't fire Mike McCarthy, and he allowed him to finish out his current contract. An all-pro left tackle in Tyron Smith decides to leave the organization. Your center, Tyler Biadasz, leaves. Your over 1,000-yard rusher in Tony Pollard leaves. Comparable depth pieces in Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler Jr. leave with the defensive coordinator to our NFC East rival. More talented than the depth pieces that this team has now, minus Marshawn Nealon. Your seasoned defensive tackle and Jonathan Hankins left for the Seattle Seahawks. Your Pro Bowl cornerback sits unclaimed the entire offseason until he gets picked up by a playoff caliber team in the Minnesota Vikings. What did our front office do about it? We replaced a lot of those positions through the draft, development through the draft. One of the draft picks is being put behind the 8 ball for having to switch from the right side of the line to the left side of the line. A learning curve a little bit more difficult than us fans give him credit for. We replaced the running back with a running back that the aforementioned running back beat for the job the previous year. The front office didn't even draft a running back for the offense. Everyone knows that the 4th round and up is either a project or a hope we hit draft pick. We chose to draft a wide receiver in Ryan Flournoy then instead of drafting him earlier. 6th round we drafted him to be exact. He replaced the regressing Michael Gallup. A Michael Gallup this organization I feel rushed back from a knee injury, but that's a story for another day, Cowboys Nation. We replaced one of our defensive end with another draft pick in Marshawn Nealon. Hopefully when he get his tool back, he will be a dog. The cornerback that recorded a game-winning interception this year for the Vikings was replaced with either a recovering from injury player in Trayvon Diggs or a 5th round draft pick in Kalen Carson's, not to mention hiring Mike Zimmer as a year 1 defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. All the while, Jerry choosing to watch leaves fall, messed around and found out about Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's contract. People could say that Jerry offered Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb something and they didn't take it. Answer me this. What was those numbers? Because I don't remember them being reported. Also, are they supposed to take anything that Jerry Jones offers? According to an ESPN article, Todd France only started wanting more than $60 million a year because the top 8 quarterbacks were making between $51 and $55 million a year. Both parties settled at $60 million. Nevertheless, this is how we go into the 2024 NFL season. The front office did nothing to make this team better. Not for the immediate future anyway. Drafting projects or wanting position flex needs to be given time to develop, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys organization and some in Cowboys Nation, including myself, put the weight of the world on the shoulders of a rookie right tackle to switch over to the left side seamlessly. We put the weight of the world on the shoulders of a rookie left guard transitioning to the center position, and we expect it to work seamlessly year one. We went into the offseason questioning this defense's ability to stop the run, and going into the 9th week of the season, we see that they still can't stop the run consistently. But with all that being said, Cowboys Nation, how was this team set up to succeed by the owner in the front office? What hope was Cowboys Nation given from the front office that this team has gotten better from the previous year? We wanted so much for this team to get better that some are looking for anybody to blame and placing the blame in places that it shouldn't be. Not wanting the ownership to take accountability for putting this team in the situation it's currently in. Thinking that we're one quarterback away from a Super Bowl championship when myself and a lot of other content creators, pros, as well as fans think a little bit differently about the Dallas Cowboys. We see the fact that the front office did nothing to better the situation while expecting Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Deron Bland, Zach Martin, Tyler Smith, Brandon Aubrey, and Brian Anger to single-handedly get this team to a Super Bowl. How many times have I read, "We have 8 All-Pros" in the comment section? It takes a little bit more than 8 people to get you to a Super Bowl. Your individual talents get you individual accolades like Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year and League MVP, like Deron Bland's pick 6 record, or Dak Prescott leading the league in touchdowns while CeeDee Lamb second in the league in touchdown catches. When a single player's record-breaking talent is in a sea of mediocrity, it will get lost, Cowboys Nation. But hey, I digress again. But this is the harsh conversation we need to have as Cowboys fans. Are the expectations the fans and the media have set for the Dallas Cowboys, or at least this iteration of the Dallas Cowboys, too high? Are we setting ourselves up for failure when we place a particular destination to measure the success of this team? There were some who said that the team has to make it to an NFC championship, otherwise the season is a wash. Fans have placed demands on Mike McCarthy's shoulders to get this team to an NFC championship, or else it's his job, negating the fact that his boss hasn't given him the adequate tools needed to complete the job. I know what you're going to say. The Dallas Cowboys have had weapons. Not at the same time, and when they were on the team at the same time, it was CeeDee Lamb in his rookie and sophomore years. Then he replaced Amari Cooper at the wide receiver 1 position and sent Coop straight to Cleveland. All the while, the team was dealing with a revolving door at the wide receiver 3 position due to Michael Gallup's carousel of injuries. Cooper with Zeke, it was only 2 years, Cowboys Nation, and then Zeke started to fall off. And CeeDee Lamb got drafted the year Zeke Elliott started to regress. Other than that, fans couldn't tell me where those offensive weapons from those years are today. But we have to have the harsh conversation of this team not being the team of Roger Staubach or Troy Aikman. The team's strive for excellence has not been here for almost 30 years, and when there is a glimmer of hope, it fades untimely, Cowboys Nation. I honestly feel this organization has wasted the talent of a lot of players due to the fact that the front office has a lack of fortitude. It has a lack of aggressiveness when it comes to chasing the ultimate prize of a Super Bowl. Every team knows that you can build through the draft, but you can't shut the door on free agency or trades. Every team but the Dallas Cowboys, and when they do go for free agents, they're getting the guys off the couch to come and play. Not currently active players that could actually put a dent in the hump that we got to get over. We have to have this harsh conversation of players being given a roster spot due to blind loyalty and not going with the more explosive option. Not going with the option that puts you in better odds of winning. You know damn well Rico Dowdle wasn't injured against the 49ers. I'm glad he came out of the tunnel and showed everybody that he was fine. He looked pretty pissed off, if you ask me. We have to have the harsh conversation if this team philosophy is outdated, if their approach is antiquated. If this is the case, they will only get the same from their employees. I am a fond believer in leading by example. You lead by expressing what you want your subordinates to show. If you are aggressive, the ones under you will be aggressive. If you're conservative, the ones that you lead will be conservative. If you don't show up when the team needs you the most, eventually your team won't show up when the fans need them the most. With an outdated scheme, your offense will not succeed. I don't care who you have at the quarterback position. If the play calling is predictable, then your offense will not succeed. If your offense and defense can't complement each other, you will not succeed. If your offense is predicated on force feeding the only weapon that you have on the offensive side of the ball, defenses will scheme for it. Interceptions is going to happen. You will not succeed. We have to have the harsh conversation that we may just be a bad team this year, Cowboys Nation. By the decisions this front office has made or didn't make for the past 2 years, we are in a position to where this team has to win in spite of. It shouldn't have to be that way, Cowboys Nation. Whether it's the coaching staff or the front office, Cowboys Nation is asking the 48 men who are activated on game day to defy all the odds that have been placed in front of them and to win us a championship. We are asking the players to defy their bosses and play backyard turkey bowl football. Hey, if Dak doesn't like the play, he can change it, right? That is not a recipe for sustainable success, Cowboys Nation. That will get you to the playoffs, and it'll get you bounced in the first round by a team that's more complete. This ain't the movies, Cowboys Nation. This ain't the Replacements or Remember the Titans. This is real life, and in real life, you need help from your front office and coaching staff to win football games. If it were up to the players to pick the winning scheme, then why the hell do we need coaches in this league in the first place? But at the end of the day, we need to have the harsh conversation that it's okay for your team to suck every now and then. I warned Cowboys Nation that this might be the year that everyone sees that the Dallas Cowboys being evaluated in the playoffs is the wrong way to look at this football team. What happens if this team doesn't make the playoffs? From a lot of fans' perspective, including the playmaker Michael Irvin, it looks like it'll be this year that our Dallas Cowboys will miss the playoffs, where those expectations for an NFC championship will fall extremely short. The only way this thing can get turned around is if the Jones family becomes extremely aggressive before the trade deadline November 5th. Odds of that happening are slim to none. I can honestly see Jerry and Stephen Jones riding this year out, heading into the 2025 NFL draft with a top 5 to 15 draft pick while holding on to the remaining salary cap. The definition of a rebuild. And during a rebuild, you will suck. So Cowboys Nation, our Dallas Cowboys are going to have a rough go at it this year. In times like this, we realize what type of fan we are. I myself will be the one going down with the ship. I'll be one of those violinists on the Titanic playing until the ship goes down. I'm the type that'll take whatever positive that can come from this year, hoping to add to it next year. I'm the type to realize that we may not make it to the dance every single year, and if we do, it's a great thing. If we get bounced in the first or second round, I look at ways of adding to better the team, not taking away to do more with less. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Y'all, I've been thinking about this a lot after the 49ers loss. What do y'all feel about what I had to say? Y'all know what we doing. Let's go ahead and talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging the content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on the video and share it with whoever you know is a Cowboys fan. We are almost 1,000 subscribers away from 10,000, and I can't do that without your help, so please share this content. If you are DC for life and you are right there with me as the ship is sinking, but you're ready to repair it next year, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or Madden 25 and College Football 25 gameplay. Finding a team to root for is not in the cards for me, Cowboys Nation. I made a choice when I was 9 years old that I would root for our Dallas Cowboys. I refused to turn away because we're not making it to the NFC Championship every single year, or we get bounced in the divisional round or the wild card round of the playoffs. Through the good, the bad, the ugly, I will remain DC for life. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.